Hello there, I'm Tim, and this is How to Murder Feet. Walking and walking and rambling and all that stuff. Yes, I'm doing it already. Wow. Yes, so here I am at the Medway. That's Rochester and Chatham in the distance there. This is scroll down, Sunday the 2nd of July 2023, I think. Oh, slow pan. Yeah, and here I am back on the trail. Now that is the Saxon Shore Way over there, goes up there to the village of Hoo. That's where we finished last time. That is both the Saxon Shore Way and the England Coast Path. I don't see any signs branching off from there, so I'm assuming that this is still the England Coast Path. So I'm going to follow it up to the big power station over there. So today's objective is to get to Grain, which is basically on the end of this side of the Medway before it turns and becomes the Thames again. And it's going to be a mixed day. Golden summery fields and large-scale refineries and industrial works, and trudging through service access roads and so on. So it's going to be up and down today. Yeah, so let's crack on. Wow, I mean, already I nearly thought I was lost, but no, couldn't see him from the other side, but from this side you can see a thing on a pillar there, and one down there as well, which is good, because I thought I was going to have to follow this thing all the way over to the bit where it doesn't be a path anymore, over those cranes and things. Basically, you follow this seawall far enough and you're going to get to a big old chain linky fence thing that prevents further access, and then you just got to cut left along just in front of that big long building. I think this one is the actual path and goes that way anyway, so that's all right. But you know, an actual acorn trumps trumps my general vague sense of direction any time. So we'll do that. We'll go this way. Yeah, as I was saying, should we do a map bit? Let's do a map bit. Oh, I'm swinging the camera around again. Been looking through my comments. I do read them. Thank you, everyone who takes the time. But yes, another comment about how my camera work is frankly very unsteady and swingy, and I kind of agree, really. So I'm going to try. I'm trying not to, but it's quite reflexive. I mean, basically, I point the camera in the same way, the same direction I'm looking at the time. Generally, it's not quite a mounted head cam as such, but I tend to look in the same direction, then swing the camera to also point that way, and I look around a lot because I'm naturally quite furtive. So. Yes, so we'll have to just I'll try and rein it in if I can, but there's still going to be some lurching. Also got another comment saying I chat too much, which to be honest at this point is probably not going to improve, so it is what it is. I like to use the defence that these are more diaries than documentaries. Anyway, here we go. So the map bits. So we are, well, you can see where we are. We're at the bit. It'll focus. Doesn't like to focus very easily in Steadicam mode. But yes, we're at that bit where the dotted diamond green thing heads inland. Let's switch to 1, maybe that's... don't know, locked focus. Oh well. But yeah, basically we need to cut inland and, follow the coast round to Isle of Grain, up to Grain itself, which is where I've left the car today. Doing it easy mode again. But quite a lot of Isle of Grain is no-go refinery land, so including a power station here. There's a power station on this sort of like pointy outy bit here, which I'm going to have to go inland and round, and I think I rejoin the coast, follow it all the way up around till I get to Grain, and then it is a big old inland, very much like Fawley on the south coast, Southampton. I've driven through there already once and come back through there on the bus as well, and I've seen some England Coast Path signs that's actually on the sides of the road there, and they do definitely take you through there, so no doubting about the path. And it's odd because I was really trying to use this as a sort of connecty bit between what I believed to be the Saxon Shore Way, just bottling out and going inland like that, and the England Coast Path, clearly marked on lots of maps I have, starting at Grain and going into Woolwich, I think, but there was nothing here. I'm seeing signs on the ground, so maybe my maps and things aren't up to date. Anyway, so I'm going to try and follow those signs. Basically, I just need to get to Grain today. It's about 10 miles, I reckon 5 hours maybe, if that. Yeah, just a nice casual summer's afternoon hike, really. Easy mode. So on we go. Shall speak more as we go. Probably too much. Okay, yeah, so I've come inland a bit, trudging along onto a small road which presumably is panning around again. Tusk. Yeah, just going to take me inland to go around that, which is not the Kings North Power Station. That is apparently the Dams Head Creek Power Station, built on the ruins, decommissioned rubble of the Kings North Power Station, which was decommissioned in 20 something or other. Oh, I lost it again. I was just looking at Wikipedia a minute ago, trying to be all informative and stuff. But yeah, that is a 792 megawatt gas-fired power station, and it is operational, although not seeing anything coming out the chimneys today. Maybe it's not actually on at the moment. Don't know. It's quite a windy day and lots of solar, so perhaps it's not needed. But then I don't know how quickly you can turn one of those on and off. Anyway, yeah. So yes, heading inland, going round all that, I think. Let's crack on. Probably get a better angle view of that from the road, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Certainly get a better view of a foreboding metal gate. Certainly. Obelisk of the Not Dead, I think. It's just dedicated rather than in memory of. Well, it is in memory of, but a place, not a person. So, 1914 to 1921, First World War airship field. Wow, I didn't know any of this. You're going to have to go and Google for that. You're on your own. Mind you, there is a website address there, look. Although, since that was carved in an obelisk in 2019, that site may not still exist. I think that's probably the with the danger of carving URLs onto permanent monuments. It does rather imply the server infrastructure is going to keep at it for that similar amount of time. Good. Right, that's my next sign. Yeah, it's probably as close as we're going to get. Watch out for trains. Single track, no electric. Shiny rails. Not abandoned, is in use. Yeah, I looked it up, there's no passenger service along here. That's freight trains only, rail freight. Should have been useful otherwise. Still, the bus was good enough. £2 again, I don't know what that free bus thing was all about. Seems to have gone away again. I think we're basically clearing the whole Kings North site now, which is good. So I think this hooks back round to the coast then eventually. Or the Medway anyway. At the moment, just following signs and seeing where I end up. It's a nice time to be out though. Nice time of the year. I think that's barley. The wispy pieces. Whiskers to it. Yeah. Winter barley perhaps. Won't be long for that needs harvesting. Is it early July now? Yeah. Up and away. Not sure what's in there. Very bluey green. I did have a little wander over and have a look at one, but I think they're spring onions, as far as I can tell. Didn't pull any out because that's vandalism. But whatever it is, needs its own water supply from the looks of the big hose attachment there. Needs special watering. Yeah. Amazon warehouse there. One of dozens and dozens across the country of a similar size, I expect. Probably very busy even today, Sunday. Couldn't work out what was on the side of that one. Got the wrong angle, could be anything. But I just wanted to take a good pounding sweep of this, because that's where we're headed. That's the Isle of Grain with the refineries and stuff, and they're so big that, you know, small thing far away and all that, they're so big that you get an appreciable atmospheric haze in between them and me, and yet they're that size. That always blows my mind, sort of human artifacts that are far away and large enough to be distorted by like a bluish intervening air. It's always impressive. Right, let's move on. Yeah, wasn't expecting this rolling farmland. This must be the high point altitude wise of today's trip. It's nice. Should be able to see the Medway properly when we get down the bottom of here. Back on the seawall. Mystery solved. There's a whole load of them being picked here, ripe and ready to go. Well, not now, it's Sunday, but like crates and things in the field, porta toilets and stuff. So these are all a bit more trampled, so I can actually have a proper look. And yeah, it's I'd say shallots, maybe pickled onions, pickling onions, that kind of small-sized onion. Probably a bit big for spring onions. Plus, it's not spring, so or is that just a misnomer? Yeah, oh, there we go. Yeah, a big watering crane thing over there, spinny sprinkler. Not spinning at the moment. I saw one going over there though. Can't really zoom in this mode, but yeah. Fountain of water spraying out across the field over there. Yeah, there you go. Small onions. Quite thirsty. So I'm in Stoke. My little church. Just came out of nowhere. I was expecting there just to be fields and things out here, but here we are. Bench over there. Might go and sit down for a bit. How are we doing anyway? It's 1:30, so I've been going about an hour and a half. Yeah, going well. No long-term damage from last week. My legs are a bit achy during the week. I think that just might be lack of exercise. But certainly doing the day trips every week during the summer will mean I'm probably going to be in much better shape in September, so that's something. And it's lovely. Right, yeah, sit down, have a bit of water, and then get ready to move on, out down that way. Not sure when we're going to rejoin the creek, rejoin the Medway, but I'm kind of quite sanguine about where it's going. Just follow the signs, it's all good. Back across the railway and down to the creek. So that's the Medway, pretty much down on the waterfront again now. Some boat yard. The path goes along there, I think. Got a sign, but it points into a massive hedge. Just crossed the railway there. I think that's along there. Let's give it a go. Still going. So we're on this seawall thing, sea defences, rampart thing, and I think we follow this all the way to the big refinery complex over there. It's another 3 or 4 miles probably, which is good. Good views of the bay. This airstrip here, just, I don't know, it was a little bit close to that electricity pylon line. I don't know, I'm sure they know what they're doing. So yeah, this is Stoke Creek or Stoke Marshes or something like that. Tidal. I think the high tide's just been and gone. I think it's about an hour ago. So it still doesn't look as awful and mud slicked as they often do at low tide. The Amazon factory in the background there, warehouse, fulfillment centre, dominating the landscape. It's a very modern view. And just so many different little islands and jetties and bridges and pipes and things out there as well. I don't even begin to guess at what half of them are or called or what they do. Just see the Sheppey Bridge in the distance, but I'm in study mode, so perhaps you can't. Grim reminder of that bad day. Oh, it was alright in the end. I'm enjoying today. Happy to. Sort of Victor's grimace there. It's nice. Perfect conditions. Nice easy route. Well marked and signposted. Yeah, doing it all in easy mode. It's nice. No injuries or aches so far, so that's good. Yeah, so around this next bend we'll see a bit more of that refinery, I expect. Not me, camping? No, I wouldn't dream of it. Not today anyway. If you caught me on another week, you might be lucky. So here's the full extent of the Isle of Grain. Quite big. It sort of starts there really, entrance roads and stuff. It's not as mad as I was expecting. It's not as bad as Fawley, which is a much more densely pipe-worked thing. Seems a bit more chill, this one. Drove through it to park the car, got the bus back through it on the way back, and I'm going to walk through it again. And yeah, there was quite a lot of lots that seemed overrun, abandoned, overgrown, so I don't really know how much of that's actually in use. So we'll see, I suppose, but promises to be a bit of a bleak trudge once we get there. Mind you, the car's pretty much just the other side of it, so be alright. Yeah, enjoying this grass-topped sea defence. Lovely. Bit windy. That's good too. I think I'm wearing my slightly heavier gauge trousers today. Possibly regretting it a little. Yeah, it's all good. Still trudging along. I mean, I think this is the path. There's no actual path as such, just sort of grass-topped sea defence. It's been mowed, or at least grazed on, I don't know. There was cattle in the previous field, but not here, I don't think. So yeah, homing in on it. All I can see are the cars moving on the road that cuts into the place, so I think we'll rejoin that and then just follow it all the way. I mean, I shouldn't really complain about this this nice wild grass-topped sea defence I'm wandering along, because I'm going to have to do about 2 hours of trudging along, well, I don't know, 2 hours, probably an hour's worth of trudging along a heavy tanker link road mostly. I think I've seen petrol tankers, I don't know, the Hoya on the side, I think they do petrol, I've seen them at petrol stations anyway, so maybe those white ones are full of petrol, I don't know. Probably no one to ask, it's a Sunday. We'll go over there. Hang on, no, this is interesting. Let me come back in zoom mode. Right, here we go. I can hold it steady enough in the wind, which has gusting a bit. There we go, that over there. Pretty sure, definitely this time, is Southend and Canvey Island, Tilbury, something like that, one of those. That's the other side of the Thames, that is, now, because the Thames on the north bank angles sharply to meet Grain, see, so I think when we were over at Whitstable over there and gazing northward and ruminating, I think we were actually looking at the Isle of Sheppey. So I don't think you could see the north side of the Thames because it angles away too sharply from there. So I think there's probably Sheppey. It's probably the Isle of Sheppey itself. You could see the north from, but yeah. Once we get, I mean, yeah, we can see it there. That's a bit spoilery for you, but we're going to go away from that now. But I think when we get to the Grain Coastal Car Park, where I've parked the car, we should have some pretty clear views of the north bank of the Thames, which is interesting. Vistas for trips ahead. This is always interesting. Alright, let's crack on. How are we doing? It's just about 3 o'clock, and I've got about 2 or 3 miles to go now. So yeah, done by 4 I expect today, which is good because I've got the M25 to contend with again. Yeah, well, this is where the coastal access ends for a while. I mean, that technically is the coast, but no path there. Just quite a lot of spiky barbed wire. Threats of CCTV. Goes off to the container depot and the thing with the cranes next, over down that way, I think. Not for me. We're going this way. So this is St James Isle of Grain. I don't know if they're the same thing or two different names for the same place. I do know that grain means gravel in Old English, which is where the name came from. Not actually grain. So I guess they dug gravel here long ago. And it was an island once. The Yauntlet Creek, which I don't know if you can see from here, is a river that cuts quite far into the land that side of the road, and at one point did cut all the way through to this side. So that's making it technically an island, which had all sorts of hilarious regional boundary implications when it came to elections and stuff. So, no. So here we go, up and over. There's me little acorn. We're all good to go this way. Which basically involves trudging into a heavy industrial estate. I don't know how much of this I'll film, but you know, there might be interesting highlights on the way. We'll see. Wow, I always thought those were comedic props in comedies. Actually they're 50 days since last incident. 369 days since last lost work time injury. Yeah, BP oil. All the big white drums over there. Oh, little crossing for the freight terminal thing there. No pedestrians here. Not sure what's going on in there. Yeah, still here. It's a bit bleak if I'm honest. Still, it's getting the miles done. The usual thing, solid pavement, straight line, head down, go. So we got in here, Thames Port, that's what that is. That's all the cranes, cargo containers. I don't know what other ports there are around this part of the country. Stuff on the north side, I think, but we'll see those eventually. Railway line runs through there. Some sort of level crossing. I say the rails are shiny, not rusty, so obviously there's some usage. But yeah, a lot of weeds and things growing in there. Anyway, I'm still on the right path. That's good. Yeah, that's all National Grid in there. Those giant containers that I didn't know what were earlier. It's a National Grid LNG, so I'm guessing liquid natural gas, but yeah, who knows. They did look like they might be pressurised, but I don't know. Not sure what that building is. Some sort of security booth, no longer in use. It's a bit grim. I'm going to keep moving. Just think of the ice cream. There's definitely an open co-op in Grain. I passed it this morning, so might be an ice cream in it for me later. Should be good. Yeah, first I have to get out of here. I don't know if you can see this at all. There's a massive bee swarm moving across there. I nearly walked face first into it. So let me try and zoom mode. Oh, there we go, that's better. Yeah, those are bees. Average sort of typical garden bee, I think. Dense cloud. It was covering the entire pavement I was just about to walk through. Let's see back. Yeah. So yeah, nearly went head down straight into that, and that would have been a trip-ending injury, I imagine, or a great many small trip-ending injuries. a bit safe now though. I'm going to just keep moving. And gee, some of this stuff does look pretty abandoned. It just reminds me if there was hives, natural hives all over the place. Yeah, near miss. I mean, I'm not specifically allergic, but you know, there's so many bee stings a man can take even in good health. Perils of the road. There they are again. What is it with Kent and those bikes? So is that not... My maths is right, I'm not delirious in the heat or anything. That is 5 years, isn't it? Oh well, best err on the side of caution, I suppose. Anyway, that was largely unpleasant, but we're out. So that's good. Can just keep trudging along here until it tells me I can go to the right, and then I think it's down to the shoreline and round the end. Now we're past all of this stuff. So that's good. Let's keep at it. What are we doing? 3:45. Yeah, that's about right. Good. Oh, I can go. I'm a pedestrian. Okay, that's right. Right. Well, I mean, that's Grain. My car's the other side of that, but looks like we're off down there. Presumably to rejoin the coast and then come back up to the left. Swing round to the car park from the other side. So really not far to go now. Probably a mile, I think. It's been good. Right, let's do it. Crack on. Home straight, final push. Another boring straight road. Vanishing point. Gets in your head. Yeah, so I'll just sit down for a bit here. I mean, we are very close to the end now, just down to the end and round. You can see the North Shore there. Tilbury, is that Foulness maybe? I don't know. Shoeburyness, is that a thing? Not sure. Is that Sheerness over there then? So that is the Isle of Sheppey, all of that. We've come sufficiently far north to be on the broadside to it, and they've got the fort on the end there. Let's get a bit of zoom on that, because we're never going there. Busy working port of sorts, I guess. Green things, silos. So I mean, yeah, once we'd gotten to that part of the island over there, we'd have been trudging along similar roads to the ones we'd gone through today, because that's all, you know, go away commercial marine shorefront. A bit like this here at the end of this. Yeah, I mean, this is about as far south as we can get on this part of the shore path near Grain. This bit's always doable. So that's Grain Fort, sort of a quirky ramshackle collection of styles built one on top of the other. Yeah, privately owned now, I think. The Wikipedia page for it is fascinating. Do go and look that up. But yeah, changed hands. I think it was originally Napoleonic, designed to help defend the mouth of the Thames, but by the time it was finished all that was over, so and then it got built on a bit in the Second World War and then again later. Now in private hands, I think. There's a causeway, low tide causeway out to it, but it is private property, so I'm probably not going to bother. Go over there, shipping container. Don't think that's coming this way. Obviously something else on the north side of the Thames, a lot of docks and things around Tilbury, so we'll see when we get there. But yeah, that's all the Medway, all that down there. Been there, done that. It was a difficult week. I thought it might be, and it did turn out to be a difficult week after all, yeah. So pretty much the way I thought as well. Oh well, it's done now. Don't have to worry about it again. Now, so we go down the end of there and just literally turn the corner and there's the car, so that's good. But then yes, we're continuing about 2 days worth. It's about 20 miles from here to Gravesend along the coast, maybe 17 or so I thought on my original planning, but my original planning was terrible. So I could conceivably do that in one day, but I think what with the travel as well, doing the M25 twice, I think I might just break that into 2 bits. Because I've got to sort out local buses as well, which get a bit more complicated as we go west from here. No problem, but yeah, to plan them carefully, do them properly. We're trying to sprint just as we've reached the end nearly. When I say the end, I mean Gravesend will be the end of what I'm calling the southeast coast path, which I arbitrarily decided started at the end of the southwest coast path in Poole Harbour. So it was about, I don't know, distance-wise about 400 miles or so, because I think if mine head to Gravesend, the long way around by the coast, I think is about 1,000 miles. So coming up on the end of that, significant milestone. I mean, not the end, obviously. Gonna head over to that far side and carry on, I guess. It's kind of my thing now, my life's quest. It's definitely gone beyond obsessional holiday makers going to the same resort every year, you know. This is summit again. But yeah, so that'll be interesting. I'm anticipating actually on the north side, because it just basically goes Tilbury Docks, Canvey Island, South End, Shoeburyness, is it? Fellness? Something like that. There's a lot of nesses, some ness over there. And I'm anticipating that that's basically going to be an absolute bastard to wild camp along, so I might be doing a couple of nights of B&Bs along there until I get clear and into the countryside past the end on that far corner. Anyway, that's problems for September. Let's worry about the rest of today. Thought I'd sit here and enjoy the view a bit though. It's nice spot. Glad I got diverted down here. This is Grain Coastal Park, which is lovely and practically unheard of as well, by the looks of it. Fine views across the Thames then. This definitely is the Thames now. Midway behind, turned the corner. North Sea out there somewhere, but no, this is definitely the Thames. Okay, so I need a left actually somewhere in here, because it doesn't go much further than this. It goes up and then into the car park and then cuts back through the village and then goes inland, because the peninsula beyond is cut off. So, well, it's marked as MOD danger area on my on my Ordnance Survey paper map, but England Coast Path cuts off that anyway. So yeah, let's go and find the car. Alright, well, here we are. Grain Coastal Park. And as you can see, the coast path sign heads inland from here. Doesn't carry on to the left. It's all a big dead end that way. So we're basically on the coast path, we'll cut back through the village and then take a right and head on out across the marshes to Gravesend. This is as far as I go today. My car is still there, which is always nice. Not on fire, no broken windows. Brilliant. So I'll say goodbye to you here, and we'll see you next time. So next time it's here to about halfway between here and Gravesend, because I can't do it all in one go. So yeah, pick up from here next time, probably next Sunday, who knows. Just on a roll at the moment. See you later.